So this is my presentation about Unit 4, Lesson 4, and welcome, that's me behind my desk. Unit 4, Lesson 4 is about much, many, a lot of, a little, a few, and a lot of different meanings and how to use it. Much, many, a lot of, that's what we're going to start with, because the Dutch meaning of this word, a lot of, and much, and many, is, Floortje? Well done, very good. The Dutch meaning is veel. Very good. But when do you use much? When do you use many? And when do you use a lot of? Let's find out. There are 3 types of sentences. That's the first thing we have to remember. Teja, do you remember the first one? Very good. The first one is positive. Like children read books. That's a positive sentence. And the next one, Julian? Of course, negative. And a negative sentence is, children don't read books. Look at their face. Ooh. And the third one is ration. Of course, questions. Well done. And what is a question? Do children read books? And there you see the question mark, so it's a question. Very good. Now look in your books on page 171. There's your explanation. Yeah, you too, Dennis. Open your book. Very good. Are you confused? Well, at the end of this presentation, you will know everything about much, many, a lot of, little, and a few. When the sentence is positive, you use a lot of. Look. Children read a lot of books. The sentence is positive, so you use a lot of. When the sentence is negative or it's a question, then you use much, many. Yeah, but when much and when many? Well, that has to do with the word that comes after it. And after much of many, it's very often a noun. Noun? What is a noun? Very good. Zelfstandig naamwoord. Now, there are nouns you can count, and there are also nouns you cannot count, and this is important. Books you can count. 17 books. You can count animals. 2 animals in the house, a dog and a cat. Friends, you can count friends. I've got 7 friends. I can count them. Kilometers, you can also count kilometers. 12. Well, I think you get it now. Nouns you can count. And look at them, they all end in S. Books, animals, friends, kilometers. Nouns you cannot count. For example, tea. You can't say, I drink 2 tea. It's not possible. Water. I drink 7 water every day. You can't say that. Money. Can you count money? Yeah, you can count coins and your banknotes, but not money. You can't say, I get 7 pocket money every week. You can't say that. You can't count it. And time, you can't count time. You can count hours and seconds, but not time. You say, I have got 4 time, then people will say to you, huh? What do you mean? Now, a few sentences, you have to decide much or many. Now look at the first one. That's for Liz. Very good. I don't read many books. It's a negative sentence. You see, don't. Therefore, you use many because books you can count. Well done. Isabel, the next one. Perfect. I don't drink much tea in the morning. It's a negative sentence. You see, don't. So you use much because negative sentence, many or much, and you use much. Very good. The next one, Lois. Perfect. Do you get much pocket money? Question. So you use much or many, and you used much. Mike, the last one for you. Mike, you're so good. Do you know how many kilometers I cycle to school? It's a question. Much or many? You used many. But why? Well, nouns you can count get many. Nouns you cannot count get much. Much tea, much water, much money, much time. And many for books, animals, friends, and kilometers. Extra practice. Let's see if we get it. Jelfin? My neighbor has got a lot of flowers in his garden. It's a positive sentence, so you use a lot of. And Tim, the next one. Very good. There wasn't much rain in summer last year. It's a negative sentence, so you use much. And the last one is for Levi. What do you think, Levi? Perfect. Do you eat many sweets every day? It's a question. You use many because sweets you can count. And how about a little and a few? Well, it's nearly the same. Little, not a little, but little, and few, not a few. In Dutch, the meaning is weinig, and for few, weinig. So again, like much and many, it's the same meaning, but when do you use a little and when do you use a few? Or little, few. That's also in your book. Might be confused. Pay attention. Little is weinig, few is weinig. And again, it has to do with the word that comes after it. Again, noun. Nouns you can count, nouns you cannot count. Here we go. Little or few. And remember, the meaning is weinig. So the first one is for Kalen. Well done, Kalen. Few animals can survive in the desert. If you say little animals, then the meaning is kleine dieren. So maybe you can remember that you have to use few animals. And the next one, Fenne, you can do it. Well done, Fenne, because there is little water in the desert. And little, the meaning is weinig. Water, you can't count water, so you use little water. Then the next one, Joost. Very good. Hurry up, there's little time left. Little, because time, you can't count time. Little time, weinig tijd. And the last one is for Maud. Well done, Maud. There were few friends at his party. If you say little friends, then we have kleine vrienden. But now we say weinig vrienden, so few friends at his party. Again, nouns you can count, nouns you cannot count. Nouns you can count get few, nouns you cannot count get little. Now, what about a little and a few? A little is in Dutch een beetje, een beetje. A few is in Dutch een paar, een beetje, een paar. Nouns you can count get a few, nouns you cannot count get a little. Exactly the same with few and little. But if I say a few books, then I say een paar boeken. If I say few animals, it's weinig dieren. If I say a little water, then it's een beetje water. There is a little water in the bottle. That is een beetje water. If I say little money, it means weinig geld. So you have to look carefully at the meaning. So, much, many, a lot of. I said a lot of in positive sentences, but after so, as, and to, double O, you have to use much, many in a positive sentence. Yeah, I know, a little bit confusing, but you will understand. We read books. When I was young, I read so books. Some people eat two food. Do this exercise and take as time as you need. All four sentences are positive, but you can't put a lot of in all these sentences. You have to think. We read a lot of books. Easy. But the next one, you see the word so. You can't say, when I was young, I read so a lot of books. It doesn't sound right and it's not in order. Then you say, when I was young, I read so many books because I can count. Books, many, and the word so is in the sentence. Some people eat too a lot of food. You can't do that. Because of too, you have to use much. Why much? You can't count food, so you have to use much. Do this exercise and take as much time as you need. Why much? Because of time, and the word as is in the sentence. So you can't say do this exercise and take as a lot of time as you need. You can't do that. You have to say take as much time as you need. English confusing? Yes, it is. Now, nouns you can count, get many, a few. Nouns you cannot count, get much, a little. Your assignment. Tomorrow, I'm going to discuss exercise 7, 8 and 9 with you. These are in your books on pages 153 and 154. So the sentences will be in the presentation and I will ask you questions and you have to answer me like we did today in the presentation. Thanks for listening and I hope you learned something. Do you have any questions? Please do not use Magister, but send a question to g.pos@wedeswijger.nl. You can also send me an email and say that you like this presentation, yes or no. Have you made a lot of mistakes in the exercise online? Don't worry, we're going to do it with the book tomorrow. Good luck and enjoy this lesson.